Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to be taking you to a community sale, and this community sale I treated a little bit different because I set a budget for myself. As a reseller, you sometimes have to monitor your budget. $150-ish to work with. Budget was limited, but I still picked up some pretty good stuff to show you guys. Let's get those finds.
With no stairs, so he needed a place where he could recover.
Okay.
Like broke his ankle, broke his leg,
Wow.
and so I said, and he gave that to me, and I thought maybe one day he might want to ride again, and he does not. So
it's probably a scary thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's been almost a decade. That's how long I've hung on to it for. So.
Okay.
Because it's,
It is very nice. I like the bee look to it.
Yeah.
It's been that long since that happened.
It's been a decade.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, for 25 I can do that. I'll go ahead and
It's a great, and I even give you the Suzuki hanger.
Oh, thank you. And that's all right there. For $59 I picked up a PS4 with a controller and a charging dock, and then also an external memory. So that should be pretty good.
He sits and collects dust.
I could see that. Yeah, it's kind of dusty, but it's all right. It just needs a little love, right?
Yeah. It works just fine. Give me an offer. It works just fine if you want to plug it in here and check it out. I just unplugged it. You got another Xbox 360 game?
One and this one. We don't play NBA 2K. Like nobody does.
Make sure it's in the game.
Really? Nobody.
Sport game. Do you guys have the Wii system?
No.
Just whatever's here?
Yeah.
You know how much you wanted for the stuff that's here?
I think for like the $10 and then the game $1.
Okay. You usually have a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. This is all the gaming stuff you have?
Yeah.
You know how much the plush is?
$1.
The movies, how much?
$1.
It's complete?
One is complete, one is missing a hole. It's a 5% $10.
How many people?
Five for each.
Like $1 for.
Okay, I think I'm done. You know how much the total is?
25.
25? Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little bit of footage I did have. I do apologize for not recording much. I did run out of money. As a full-time reseller, sometimes it comes up where your money is very tight. And this is one of those situations where money's pretty tight. So I only really had about $100 to spend. So I spent it and I can't really spend any more. So I have to pretty much put my tail between my legs and walk away. So I did get a pretty good amount of stuff. That whole bin is full of stuff. There's a PS4, clothing, etc., Xbox, and other stuff. We'll go over in the pickup recap exactly what I got, and remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more future videos. Thank you guys, and see you guys over there. Good morning once again, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a nice day. Like I mentioned in the beginning, my budget was limited, but I still managed to get a pretty good amount of stuff to show you guys and to resell online for a profit. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is something I just stumbled upon. I drove up and I saw bats, and I was like, you know what? Bats usually resell for a pretty good amount, so I went ahead and took a look. Found 2 Louisville Slugger bats, a Nike jersey shirt. For everything you saw there, I paid $10. Normally for Louisville Slugger, I normally don't tend to mess with that stuff, especially if they're youth. Youth is usually not very good. These were adult. I saw that there was potential, so I went ahead and picked him up, and he wanted it $3 a piece, so it was $6 for that, and then he wanted $5 for the jersey, and I said, would you do 10 for everything? And he said, yeah. Bats are definitely something you always want to be on the lookout for. It's a little bit hard if you don't want to look up the models in front of the guy. So what I usually do is I study certain bats. Louisville Slugger is something I didn't need to dive in a little bit more into, but I knew because they were adult sized bats that they should be pretty good, at least $20–$30. At the next sale, it was kind of like a dud. I shouldn't have picked these up, but hey, you live and you learn. I didn't even look it up. This is why you should be looking stuff up at garage sales if you're not sure. 3 PS4 games and then 1 Ducks hat. For everything you saw there, I paid $18. Now the PS4 games aren't very good. They're like $10, $7 games. I was confident in the Walking Dead game, which is not a very good game for a resale. I didn't look up anything else, so I should have looked them up. Unfortunate, especially with a low budget I did have, but I wanted to hit it and go to the next one. That's sometimes the name of the game. You do take a loss. No harm, no foul there. Going with the PS4 momentum, at the next sale I did find a PS4 console. So the PS4 console was out. The lucky thing about this community sale, it was not advertised at all, and they had a sale earlier this same year. So it was just like a makeup sale because it did rain, but really no signs out and there was no advertising online. This PS4 would not have been out anywhere else if there was competition out. So I walked up to the sale and asked them how much they wanted for the PS4. They said they wanted $60 for just the console and then $70 with the controller. So I asked them if they take Venmo because I was again trying to watch my cash flow because I only had, you know, $150 in my pocket, and they said they do not take Venmo. So I looked at my wallet and I had like $59 accessible. So I said, would you take $59 for the PS4? They said sure. At the end they just ended up throwing in the controller. So very happy overall. Should be making my money back and be in the profit on that one. Did get more cash later on, so I came back to the same sale and bought a Lego and Halo Mega Blocks sealed. Fortunately they are not that great. They are about $10 each, but for $10 in, $20 out, I mean there is a little bit of profit margins there, so I decided to go ahead and do it.
Money!
At another sale, there was just clothing. I did ask, and they did have a Dodgers bomber satin jacket, but they didn't want to sell it. If I do see vintage clothing, I do sometimes ask if there's any other, you know, sports kind of clothing that they do have. Because of the bomber jackets I have sold before, like the Dodgers one, I decided to go ahead and ask this guy, but he wasn't going to part with it. But he did have another jersey out, so I decided to buy that, and also bought a vintage No Fear long sleeve. For everything you saw in that overview, I only paid $5. The jersey should be getting me my money back, and the No Fear, actually, it's because it's vintage, does have a following, so definitely going to be making some money on that one as well.
I like money.
This is pretty much the home run of the whole day. So I drove up and I did my gist of any video game stuff. No, they don't. But at the back of their garage, they had a Suzuki racing jacket, and I just shot in the dark. I asked, is that for sale? They're like, oh yeah, that is. Oh, we just forgot to bring it up front. They let me look at it, and I asked them how much they wanted for it. They said, how much is it worth to you? And I said, I really don't know. I don't know much about these jackets. They do 10 from 50 to 100. I just didn't know what number for this one because I wasn't gonna look it up in front of them. Looked at it, it was in fair condition, and I put it back, and I went to my car and I was about to drive off. But then I realized that they never told me like a number. So before I left, I rolled down my window and said, hey, I realized you didn't tell me a number. Do you have a ballpark on where you want it? And they're like, yeah, just give us $25 for it. So at those margins, I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet. I went back up, and I'm glad I did, because I looked up and there was the actual liner inside of it. So it's a jacket and the liner, and they told me I could take the hanger, and the hanger was also branded Suzuki. So very happy overall. Should be doing very well with that jacket. Had I known more, maybe I would have thrown like a a $30-40 offer. Because I didn't know, it actually helped me because I got it for a lower price, and they wanted to get rid of it. They said it was just sitting there for years, so it would have just kept sitting there if I didn't buy it. If there was more competition here, that jacket wouldn't have been there. Someone else probably would have nabbed it.
Money, 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 money.
Before I continue with the community sale, I did go to a couple sales on Friday, and I wanted to cover just real quick what I picked up there. There was an estate sale, and the estate sale had a couple of interesting things. Picked up 5 vintage Coca-Cola shirts. They were made in USA, and then 1 Pirates of the Caribbean jersey that's Disneyland Resorts. And then I also got 1 Kodak Easy Share camera. So for everything you saw there, I paid $17, which is very, very good deal. Coca-Cola shirts should be getting my money back and be in the profit. The camera I saw goes for like $20-30. A jersey can go for $20-30.
I gotta have more.
And the last 2 pickups right here are back to Saturday's community sale. My second home run of the day. I picked up 4 Disney plushes, 6 Wii games, the best one being Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii, and then 2 Wii Motion Plus controllers. For everything you saw in that overview, I only paid $25. Very good deal. Unfortunately, I did ask if they had the console. They did not have the console. There was no Wii Sports, which would probably have been in the console, but I'm still very happy overall with that. The last sale right here I'm saving is not the home run, but it was one of those where you ask for video game stuff and they bring it out. So when you ask for video game stuff and you name consoles, and they say, oh yeah, we might have some of that, but they don't name the console, you're like hoping it's a Nintendo, but then the reality hits and it's something else. So this was one of those cases where it was not a Nintendo, but it was a Xbox 360 small, and they did bring it out with a bunch of games and 3 controllers. How much do you want for it? They said, we don't know, but you can test it, it works. We have a plug right here. They plugged it in, and then they actually ejected a disc, which was a Call of Duty game. And because I knew Black Ops was in there, Black Ops usually sells for a pretty good amount, so I decided to go ahead and offer them $40 because it was also a fundraiser. I didn't want to seem kind of like greedy or anything, so I just said $40, and they said, okay, that's fine. I should be doing very well with this S console. Of course, I would have rather done a Nintendo or a PlayStation or anything like that, but Xboxes still do sell. If I hadn't asked, I wouldn't have got this pickup, and if this was at another community sale, this would have been gone. Competition is out there. They are asking now, so there is also that. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite pickup was from this video. Follow my Instagram and TikTok at GrimzyRaider. Thank you for watching, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys.